In a world where there is more need than ever, even people at home playing guitar, to go direct, I think we need to talk about the FRIEDMAN IRD again.
This channel is supported by TrueFire. TrueFire is an online library of lessons from some of my favourite players. There's thousands of lessons on there. You can use the promo code JNC40 to get 40% off of any of their courses.
So basically, FRIEDMAN asked if I would demo this piece of gear when it got launched a couple of months back. Since then, I actually did a comparison video with the IRX. The IRX was the first of this format, which was actually kind of more based on their brown eye amps, the BE. And then this, the IRD, is based on the Dirty Shirley / Twin Sister. I compared these in a video, and I decided that for me, I felt like the Dirty Shirley kind of covered some territory that I was looking for, maybe more than the IRX. So I actually sold the IRX, and I've kept the IRD. Now, obviously, that first video was a paid demo, but with these gear demos and stuff, you kind of put stuff on a shelf, and it kind of sits there like looking at you. There are some things which, you know, potentially I think I want to demo that again. There are some things which I'm not as enthused to grab down again. But this, I plugged it in again yesterday, and I was just, I don't know if you feel anything different about the tones at any part of this video. Please feel free to jump in the comments. They're definitely, when I'm playing through the Fender Pro Reverb, people seem to be hearing stuff in that they don't hear from me normally, in terms of tones, in terms of organicness and all that. I'd like to hear if you feel like the Friedman IRD is doing that for you. I think this is a serious option, particularly as I said in the intro, a lot of us have to go direct sometimes. And the thing for me, I love things like the HX Stomp, the Fractal FM3, Kemper even. They tend to involve, you're going to have to get in and dirty with a menu. There's lots of elements about building presets which are quite complex to learn, take time. I think it took me definitely 2-3 years before I kind of felt confident with it. And even then, it's not foolproof. Like, I spent a lot of time building presets during lockdown and stuff. Yeah, in the heat of battle, it's still kind of a tricky thing to learn. I can see why people are like, I don't want to step near a menu. In which case, step in the IRD. What I like about this as well is you've got 2 tubes in here. It runs at 800 milliamps, so I guess they're probably getting a fair amount of juice into them. The Friedman IRD and the IRX are actually, I think, semi-repurposed Synergy modules. These are made by Boutique Amp Distribution. I think the Synergy stuff is too. And not only that, the software has Synergy kind of written in it. That's what's going on. And the Synergy modules, if you don't know, I've not tried one, but essentially you can get like an amp which is a power section. You can mix and match different preamp modules essentially. So this is like a preamp pedal essentially, which we've heard and seen plenty of these done with IR capability and the power amp modeling built in. I've not even switched out the IRs in this. I was just enjoying kind of what it does, and that's the thing. It's kind of effortlessly getting, you know, the tones that you're hearing from it. So whether you like those tones or not, I guess feel free to share. But I think I was really enjoying the touch responsiveness of them. Also, cleaning up with a volume knob. That is something that some amps do well. Some modelers can do it. But generally with a modeler, I find that I'm dialing things in a bit darker. And so when I go to roll off the volume, it doesn't quite get to where this got with no effort whatsoever. So that's kind of cool. Does it sound exactly like an amp? You let me know in the comments. It's got a send and return effects loop as well, and a headphones output, so it's kind of got all the things that you would need, and MIDI if you choose to start getting back into that menu vibe, right? So with the MIDI system part, you can switch like between the channels and the boosts, and also a couple of other elements, cabs as well, I think. You basically store like a memory and switch between those. The other thing I really like about it is that you've got the 2 channels which you can switch between, and then a boost for each, and you've got like an independent kind of trim pot for those boosts. So I think actually, for me, if I was looking for kind of effortless edge of breakup tones to full on kind of Marshall JTM45 Dirty Shirley inspired drive tones, I'd be looking at the IRD. For me, I need some clean tones, and you can get them on this channel 1 as well. If you just kind of set the gain structure differently. So I think it's a bit of a thing where, for those people that are not wanting to get into the game of modeling, which I think is definitely a rabbit hole, this could maybe save you bacon, keep you playing when you might have been thinking, right, I'm tweaking too much. I don't know, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Does it sound as good as an amp into a load box, for example? I think probably yes, probably. So you let me know your thoughts, and whether you thought it sounded particularly whatever in the comments. I'd like to know your thoughts. For sure, in the intro, the kind of drive tone quite sizzly, but then I think that's kind of part of like the Marshall tone. Now, there's something about this where, even though there's a lot of like that top end sizzly frequencies, I'm not necessarily reaching every time to dial it out. Something to do with the pick, attack and feel. It still feels pretty natural, I think. Let me know if you've tried an IRD or an IRX, your opinion on them, and for other folks in the comments before. This one's not a sponsored video, but they did send me this, and I did do a paid demo of it initially, but I kind of had it up on the shelf and I was kind of thinking I want to play that today, and yeah, I was impressed again, so I wanted to talk about it. If you've got other solutions like this again that you've been using, if you've been gigging them, let other folks know in the comments as well. Cheers for stopping by.